All right, guys, so we're going to be doing another unboxing today. This one is primarily Brazil, so we have a lot of rare L number Plecos on here, some rare Cory cats, and then a few odds and ends. So we're going to start with the first box here, kind of go from there. So first up here, these are Corydorus arcuatus. They're also called the skunk Corys. We had a lot of these guys at the recent fish show, but we sold most of them out, so we're refilling up the tank here. Good size ones. This is going to be a little harder to see with this bag, but these are just more of the neon tetras, the classic kind. We have some of the greens right now. So we have pretty much all the different varieties at the moment. The two types of neons as well as the cardinal tetras. This is L047. These are the Magnum Plecos. So once they settle into the tank, they're going to get like a dark, almost black body, and then they'll have that orange stripe on their dorsal. Pretty sharp looking Pleco. And we have here, these are L134s. Haven't had these guys in a while. So these are the leopard frog Plecos. Nice smaller size, so the price on them isn't as significant as it normally is. And this is one of the breedable species. So if someone's looking for a little project, these guys spawn in pretty good numbers when you do get them going. And there's a lot of pet stores that are after them. So it's a good one to work with. L066, these are the king tigers. It's one of the classic, more well-known Plecos. Only about 4 or 5 inches, omnivorous, not overly heavy on the algae eating side. So that's the first few Plecos there. I think we have about a dozen species. So there's a lot of cool ones that we haven't got to yet. So these are always popular. These are the LDA 33s or the snowball Plecos. Getting their name from those big white spots that they got on them, and then they'll get a jet black body once settled into the tank there. Those guys are a bit larger. They're going to be closer to the 8-inch range when they're full grown. This is L081. So this is one of 2 types of gold nuggets that gold nugget Plecos we got in. Gold nugget Plecos are one of the heavier vegetarian Plecos. They seem to do well eating stuff like zucchini and some of the more like grocery store items, as well as your staple foods. So the difference between the L081 and the 18, this is the small spot variety, and the other ones will have the large spots, but they'll both have the orange stripe on their dorsal and their tail. And they're going to be around anywhere from 6 to 9 inches, quite a bit of variance in size. This is one of the rare Corys. I don't believe the store's had them in a while. This is Corydorus sesui. So they're one of the kind of got the longer nose. They don't have a ton of color right now, but they get orange throughout them. They're kind of a unique looking Cory cat, and they get around the 2.5-inch range. We just got 6 of those guys. That's another good kind of unique Corydorus breeding project for somebody that wants to get into working with some of that stuff. So here we just bought out the rest of the giant autos. Some of you may remember that we got some of these recently. These guys are going to be treated just like your standard auto. Still a very sensitive fish. They don't handle a lot of the jumpy water parameters well, so you want them in a well acclimated tank with lots of feeding. They're grazers, so they're always going to be wanting to be eating. So once you run out of algae in the tank, you do want to supplement with other foods as well. These won't be from Brazil, but we're just topping up on these guys. These are the glow light rasboras. Just a nice little schooling of rasbora. Get the orange stripe going down the lateral line. They almost look like a smaller Harlequin rasbora. So for people that have the smaller tank, 2 bags of those guys there. All right, this is another one that a lot of people have been asking for. One of the unique Plecos. These are L264. These are Sultan Plecos. These are pretty much adults. They don't get too much bigger than this. So you got that gray body with those big black spots on them. Not really another Pleco that looks like this. There's a lot of Plecos that look very similar to each other, but that one does have a unique appearance. These are Sabaji L075. This is one of the cheaper varieties of Plecos for people that want to get into having something a little different than your common bristlenose. It's a nice one there that doesn't break the bank. These are another really nice one. This is L262. These are Stardust. So they're known for those really fine micro spots. These guys only get about 4 inches, so nice manageable size. Another cool one that I don't think the store's had in a while. These are your green dwarf pike cichlids. This is Crenocicla compressiceps. These guys get about 4 inches, but don't let their size fool you. They're just as nasty as some of the big pikes. So ideally for these guys, you want something like a 36-inch tank, so a 3-footer, lots of visual barriers. If you're trying to get a pair, the males get the black stripes going to the yellow fins. And for success breeding these guys, you kind of need other fish for them to almost beat on and distract themselves. Otherwise, they'll basically go at each other and then you won't really have any luck with them. So you want to keep them with stuff that is larger than them, that is not going to fight back. So like larger barbs are good. Basically anything at least half a size bigger than them is going to do the best. These are the gold vampires. So these are one of the bigger ones. These guys are going to get pretty much a gold body with the black spots. Looks similar to the sultans in the bag right now, but they do get more of a true gold when they settle in. These are the Medusa Plecos. These are popular. We've sold out of these guys recently. They look like a beefed up bushy nose essentially, so got that big head. Both males and females will get bristles, but the males get heavier on it. And these guys are more of a carnivorous pleco. They do better feeding on bloodworm and some of the high protein pellets. L340, so these would be the Mega Clown plecos. Another nice, manageable size pleco. Got that kind of aberrant pattern on them. These guys only get about 3.5 inches. And another good price pleco for people that want to get something a little different in the tank. L260, so this would be the Queen Arabesque, another kind of unique looking pleco. Again, only getting about the 4-inch range, so pretty manageable. Another breedable species, a little trickier, so if someone wants a little bit of a breeding challenge, those ones are a good one. I have had a few people that have successfully spawned them. And we'll get into the last box here. Not the most exciting bag, but we're topping up on the female guppies. This is the Israeli stock, so they're really, really healthy. There's a good variety of color, though, for the girls, and good size as well. So, last few bags here. L035. So these are redfin threshers. These are one of the largest plecos on the order. These guys, brown body. Oh, best angle here. There we go. Brown body, get that red peachy color on their fins. These guys can get 12 to 15 inches. They are a large species. So that's going to be something more suited to something like 120 or 180 gallons. L018, so this is the other gold nugget. So this is the large spot variety. You can kind of see the difference comparing the two to the previous ones we've had before. Again, same size, same care, just kind of preference on appearance. And then these are the Xingu marbled whiptails. These guys get around 4 to 6 inches. And you can kind of see the nice thing about these, which you don't always get on the imports, is they have retained some of the trailers on their tail fins there. So one of them in there has got almost like a 4-inch trailer. As long as you don't have any fish that nip at those, they will stay there. They don't grow back the greatest though, so it's nice when you get them in like that. And that kind of concludes this order here. So a lot of these fish will have up and available on the site within the next day or so here. And if you have any questions, you can obviously just send us a message or a call if you have any questions regarding any of the specific species that we got here. Up next, we will have Vietnam coming. That's going to be a lot of your loaches, your barbs. We'll have some discus coming as well. And then I think following that, there's Indonesia, which is going to be a good mix of rasboras, barbs, more loaches like your clown loaches, some of the batia types. And then we also have a Czech Republic order, I believe, coming within the next 2 weeks. And that's going to be a lot of the apistos that people have been waiting on. So just be sure to keep an eye out if any of those fish are some of the ones that you've been after, because there are a lot of fish that we're getting that we've been out of stock for some time. But yeah, that's it for now. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep an eye out for the next unboxing video.